Hey everyone! Welcome back to another fascinating dive into mythology. Japanese mythology is super cool and full of intriguing tales. It's got tons of stories about gods, spirits, and the origins of the world. These stories are part of Shinto, Japan's main religion, which is deeply rooted in nature and tradition. The creation myth tells us about Izanagi and Izanami, two of the most important deities. They were a brother and sister duo, and they were gods with incredible powers. They received a special spear covered in jewels, a divine tool for creation, their divine mission, to create the islands of Japan from the chaotic waters. They stirred the primordial, messy waters with the spear, creating order from chaos. When they pulled the spear out, drops fell from it and formed the first island, Onogoro. Izanagi and Izanami descended to the island, got married in a sacred ceremony, and had many godly children. Sadly, Izanami died giving birth to the fire god Kagutsuchi, which was a tragic event. Heartbroken, Izanagi ventured into the underworld Yomi to bring her back. But when he saw her transformed into a terrifying figure, he fled in fear and sealed the entrance to Yomi. This act marked the separation of life and death, a fundamental concept in Japanese mythology. After Izanagi came back from the underworld, he performed a purification ritual to cleanse himself. During this ritual, three powerful gods emerged from his body: Amaterasu, the radiant sun goddess; Tsukuyomi, the serene moon god; and Susanoo, the tempestuous storm god. Amaterasu, with her brilliant light, made the world warm and bright. She ruled the heavens and was revered by all. Tsukuyomi, her brother, took care of the night, ensuring the world was bathed in gentle moonlight. Susanoo, however, was a bit of a troublemaker. His wild antics and storms often caused chaos. One day he made Amaterasu so mad that she hid herself in a cave, plunging the world into darkness. The world became dark and cold. The other gods, desperate to bring back the light, held a grand party outside her cave, complete with music, dancing, and laughter to lure her out. Their plan worked. Curious about the commotion, Amaterasu peeked out, and the world was bathed in her bright light once again. As for Susanoo, he was banished to Earth as punishment. There, he encountered a fearsome dragon with 8 heads. After a fierce battle, he discovered a magical sword hidden in its tail. This sword, known as the Kusanagi, became one of the most important and revered treasures in Japanese history. Amaterasu sent her grandson, Ninigi, to rule Earth. She gave him 3 special gifts: a mirror, a jewel, and Susanoo's sword. These stood for wisdom, kindness, and bravery. They became symbols of the emperor's power. Ninigi started the line of emperors in Japan. People believe the emperors are related to Ninigi, and that means they're related to the gods. This makes them the rightful rulers. These stories about the gods started Japanese culture. They show how important it is to get along with each other, respect nature, and honor your ancestors. These ideas are still important in Japan today. Japanese mythology isn't just about gods and goddesses. It's a rich tapestry of stories that include a variety of supernatural beings. It's also about spirits. Yokai are tricky spirits that can be both playful and mischievous. Some are nice and some are not. They can bring good fortune or cause trouble. They look all sorts of ways and have special powers. Each yokai has its own unique story and characteristics. Oni are scary demons with horns and big clubs. They are often depicted as fearsome warriors. They represent bad stuff like being greedy, violent, or deceitful. When people die, they go to Yomi, the underworld. It's a place shrouded in darkness and mystery. It's a dark place ruled by Izanami, the goddess of death. But good people might go to Takamagahara, where the gods live in peace and harmony. These old stories give us a peek into a world of gods, spirits, and people. They are a window into the beliefs and values of ancient Japan. They still inspire art, books, and movies in Japan. Modern culture continues to draw from these rich traditions. They tell us about the things that have shaped Japan for a long, long time. These myths and legends are an integral part of Japanese heritage.